Mamma Michael Sasumen Sankodin Komoy coordinator at the computerized school selection and placement system. Na yenye na futio ene na drink akra ewo awfo ene Ghana de shedo do no a ho Mr. Michael Sasumen sa anumere ya mwadwo
yeah that was said there was from anumere me ne wati for so be in komo
Kessben de asema hia Ghana fo ne hia ye nti no se ye ba won chen kakra Michael me sa kakra de na si ya
so edini Mark Sasumen.
Oh, okay. Who the no Michael I try to short in the bia.
Mark Sasumen.
Oh, okay. Mark Matthias. Mr. Sasumen sir, me sa kakra. Then see ya this time around. Mo ye no say nkwada no nwe junior high school no nwe na omonko fiansta na omo select schools or so person omko.
We dey but there was my emfa with video so na me chia wetie fo nyina. I think the CSSPS is responsible for placing qualified BC candidates. The Omowie BC this year no. Our outfit is actually responsible to qualify to place as candidates. Now, with the question here will be me. Say this is not the very first time in Kolano actual BC actually answer Omuchusu schools, you know. I think the 2018 such occurrences actually happened. But we it is born out of the challenges that maybe we had, maybe from the previous year. Every year, piano, the placement, year placement, now we do something called review. The review will come out with a lot of challenges that we had over the previous year. Now, making sure that at least those challenges that we had, we'll be able to resolve those of them. Some of these challenges, in the answer of result of that, we had test. We are said, Nicolano one, Omuchusu school no, and Omuchusu schools after the results. What will be the trend? And Omuchusu the schools before the way. What will be the trend? Into when you have a test case in the year. But I mean, cancer friend said, I don't know any will be here. This year, so now, there were also some challenges. These were near a percent resolve, but I think that some of the plans couldn't come before maybe the exams. The way you know, now you resolve the problems that we have over the last year.
Okay, and see, young Shani say on Kessben, or can you say? My review, my previous activities. Tina mode sa choose after completion ya bantino. Challenges baba cry nekese sana washo.
Yeah, challenges baba cry nekese because one, when him say over the last year, you were supposed to select 5 schools in all. But this year we are selecting 6 schools in all. Why did we come up with that policy? We came with that policy to ensure that at least when him say sometimes automatic placement anywhere. Which is last year, for example, automatic placement. Nipo mutiminya on first 5 schools, 68%. 68%. And so you see that about 32% couldn't have access to any of their first 5 schools. Which was, imagine, say, about 38% out of 520.
Kessben 92.9 FM.
Hello.
Yeah,
imagine 38% out of 500 and let's say 12,000. A lot of people couldn't have access, and it brings a lot of untold hardship to CSSPS for any Ghana education service for. So that's what they are saying.
Yeah,
and we have to find a way of actually getting them a school. Not say vacancies is not available. There are a lot of vacancies, but the schools that are vacancies available, the candidates do not like those schools. I hope you understand that. So that is the main reason why they are expanding it into the 6. So then at least you're expanding in 6 now. At least your automatic placement now. At least more than maybe 70% to 80% can get access. So maybe at least if you have even at least 20% or 25% or even 10% or 15%, and IBR or when you have vacancy to any of their 5, 6 choices, it will help to bring the challenges down. I just want to mention. So these are some of the reviews that we are doing.
Okay.
Hey,
Mr. Max Sasumen, sir, and the ending call. Mr. Mensa, but
Patrol, there are a lot of things that we have to talk about. One or two things, but
yes.
we have to talk about.
Okay. Mimisa kakra. Young forms no bi. Na ase niema also no ama ayekese ne kakra. Of course, minim say said na deadline amode ema omo so mfa sensitization.
That was about 14. Today was the deadline.
For deadline for
Today was the deadline for the selection of the schools.
For the selection of the schools.
Yes, today was the deadline. I think, but maybe tomorrow, many Director General of Ghana Education Service, how all the thing actually went. So that it can be 1 week, then we see how we can do.
Oh, because many schools need be aiding komo, and our parents need be no more cast a deadline for sensitization exercise.
It's not sensitization; it's the selection onto the WIEC portal.
Okay.
It's not only for the sensitization. Sensitization, we completed the sensitization last week.
Okay.
But from 29 to 14 December as the closing date for the selection of the schools. I want to write all the candidates have to, your friends, select their schools on the WIEC portal. Today is the closing day.
Na minim se wakasa china na mbekwa ko hwede na je ochina no ko na most of students antimi and complete here e bia mo be ma be grace period be 1 week bi sana na
yes we will give a grace period for maybe 1 week. So many Director General Ghana Education Service be kasa many why want to be kasa na many your friend is saying Minister of Education so kasa. Then if there is a need for us to do extension of the timer, then we can do.
Okay. And boy en kakra process is not the same. You say forms na bebre B 3 schools ahodo category A, category B, e B 3 C. Na edu baby as parents ni bi o mani so am ngonran kakra.
Oh, wait this year, let me tell you that as I told you, the policy actually changed for this year. This year, you got the T and then they launched TVET for TVET. Our accredited for instance, 80. We have actually added 139 TVET schools. So, TVET free. So 139 TVET schools. Originally, we were having about 47 TVET schools. So if you add it to it, we have 186 TVET schools there. So they are joining the free SHS. It's, it's this year. Now the CSSPS, because last year we were having about 626 schools. But this year we are placing candidates into 865 schools. This is the selection criteria. Selection criteria says this year we were supposed to choose 5 schools. We are supposed to choose 5 schools, 6 schools instead of 5 schools. 6. 1. We have the category A, B, C, and D. The category A comprises of 71 schools, which consists of some of the TVET schools. In the whole, you are supposed to choose maximum of 1 school from the category A. Then we have the category B, which comprises of 239 schools. The maximum school that you can choose from that end is 2. Then we have the category C, which comprises of 555 schools. 555 schools. Maximum schools are able to choose 5 schools. Then we have the compulsory day, which is the category D, which comprises of all the 865 schools. And you will appendix 3. School register. School register. Your school be 120. That 120 schools in what category D, And so if you choose any of the 120 schools now, if you choose any of the 120 schools, you can choose those schools as a day or a border. You can choose those schools as a day or a border. Because over the years, those schools, those schools, you place less than 30% from the echo. You see that schools, this time we want to fill that schools. It's even though a compulsory category D school, but you can choose those schools. If you choose any of the 120 schools, you can choose those schools as a day or border. But outside that 120 schools, you are compulsory to choose those schools as day. Because of a compulsory day school from the category D, you are obliged.
Anti-compulsory, na maybe a question, sir. You ever say obite area bia day school bia eni ho and now go school or baby a day school behind the hall. Now and no quite compulsory no Sunday and Monday.
We have compulsory day school. Area be anywhere 16 kilometers or 10 kilometers where I need compulsory day school. There was compulsory day school, but yes, the A, B, and but we have every day school. But even the any compulsory day school, we open the system to all so that at least people to make choose school at a band. But as of now, the system that we are operating in there, compulsory category D schools, we have a school there. But unless, of course, we choose the appendix school, any of the appendix schools, I 120 schools, compulsory day, and honor there, you choose any of that 120 school, you can choose it either day or all day. Now, as I said, my teacher also said, school beyond so big to Subiano, as I said, who choose a program, and I say, ABR, program, and I say, ube choose so obey day and obey boarding.
Okay. And specifically, me fan say me call be a prempe and na be a pokuari and na whatever chimota. Na me pese me ye business and na be a me general out and na me ye visual out. Ni nyina no me choose what can me pese me ye no.
Yes, me choose what can. We choose all the schools now. What now member of questions no. No, I read you school no order of preference. And find the category A and I be able to soon first. So if you have category C school now, you arrange your schools in order of preference. They're open. Send your code because the computer will give you the school the arrangement now. Why you know? Send it will be saying no. Send it be saying no. One school be able to be. And let's say be a mere day. And I say my border, and now say if you are a program with the chief also say school be a which you should be an so who say program or the computer recognizes the program in quotes, not maybe the concept. For example, general science 502 and a general science general art 501. Open say general art. Now could you 501 now? What you should general science? Because the computer recognizes the subject in quotes, even the school in quotes. Therefore, normally meticulous when they are choosing their programs.
I go in say me cry me no discussions in your cry. I say I ain't going to cry any so. I want education no accord down here dear because I sense something say bia or to office I'm go check here no bia na say challenges no crab but also as the HM no
I will just I'll call the YX people, I'll call the director general and know maybe the problem so far, the problem that we have faced. And I know that my men were in all the 16 regions. They met every stakeholder in the regions. This year what we intended to do.
Makiama Chin no so Mr.
This year, what we intended to do is to ensure that the major sensitization of EcoFoam. This year, we made sure that all the 16 regions, you called district by district and community by community to engage them to sensitize them on the new placement selection criteria. Into this year, the education actually went well. And so far as my office, we've not had any signals that the people don't really understand it. Because, to be very frank with you, most of the times, when they don't really understand the way now, when they don't understand the policies that we have brought now, they normally call on our office because we have a call center. Okay. We they call and we actually explain issues to them.
Okay. Now, Mr. Way, Obi-Wana ni dream ni sen kobenya prempe. Same time, the same person when you prempe and konya fantiman, and now when you chimota and kompe. But that school is me text it say mo ye ni na category A. Yeah, hon want me choose more than one.
Yes, the essence of doing that one is to ensure that at least we will be able to distribute the schools equally. For example, say I can see introduce when the first category A schools and introduce two. The moment you meet at Mota, you meet Prempe. I hope you understand me.
Mantias,
me say Kankaya Kasi to see their category A schools, no, ABR 2. No, be to ABR 2 from category A. The opportunities, the moment ABR no one to sue ABR, Achimota and Prempe at the same time of category A. The moment you ABR, you miss Prempe. It's like the likelihood is that you miss Prempe. So they are there.
Okay.
Now one shows a Bema on total pressure na abayaso. Because the moment you miss your first and your second choice, third choice, you can also mix it. Because the brain you go automatic placement now. A lot of people wouldn't get your friend
okay.
Placement. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, me too.
That is the main reason why. That is the main reason why we have also made the category A schools just one.
Okay.
You understand it?
Yeah.
And the category A school, about, let's say, more than 60% who choose all the schools want the category A schools. And the spaces are not there. So we have to distribute the students equally. I hope you understand. That is why you people who say, Kita school, Kita school, Kita school, a girl will be Kita school, with 8A.
Okay.
If the computer had not distributed the school very well, could we have had a female student who had your friend saying, who went to your friends like Kita school when you're sitting straight A's.
Okay.
Or private was on your 8A. Or central way or saying 8A. So that means that the computerized school placement is actually helping people.
Okay.
It is evenly distributing the people. I hope you understand it. That is why you can even right now, if you can say there are schools like we put Mitchell for John. You see, Ukok Science and Math schools at least the smaller schools right now are doing very well. And these are all the works of the school placement, the computerized system.
Let me start this important question for parents. And in Kwada and Ghana for IT memory. Say Ekoba say obi echusu school B. Na ebeba no nyane na open na wanya. Is there any opportunity? Obetimi asesa no.
No. And this year we will do something we call the test for confirmation. Test for confirmation. After one to in area, and what we have to do is say we test into a such particular source code. Now, I can say area confirmation now to school now to see the same thing na amawana. Say and yes, we will tell you to go back to your headmaster or your headmistress in your JHS schools, because the choice form, choice form also, then you can go and correct it.
Oh, okay. And so be in school, be a choose you and school or pedo be away. Now be also at any grade in the Naman to many school or no pay. Such a person, no.
Placement is by merit.
Okay.
Because the placement is by merit. Engineer, one day in the yourself.
I want day and answer with yes,
the yourself.
Edi na memisa okakran so ya na metate concerns no say school say wo bit say man for no ubehwe na akwa say omo asabi mane susumra so on performance no e wo form nko na dodo no na akwa ya na akwa dodo wura so ya nya ba bi amfo man nko enti empia wo mon kugu ho this time around no, I'm just asking my school was asabi nkrase kakra no ya na impression akwa to so we mo nya school bia nkonti no yempia wo mon kogu saa this time around sa problems na wo ho no afi den na mo ye de asia no
mamincho computerized school placement if you be garbage out so when you choose school na meet me for uncle.
Okay,
there is no way if you've not chosen the school you cannot go. The only thing you choose school be me say when your placement now for yourself placement. If you case automatic placement when you didn't choose the school, I cannot give you this. We are in computer, we have something called garbage in, garbage out. What you tell me is where you want to go, no. Pay more than a honey dog. In German forecast, for example, last year, any part Mango secondary school, any part 1,264, any part 300 penny choose the whole school. In this case, what can I do? Make that way and go. And no. The placement model now a platform that say vacancy wa the people some
okay.
The school system, the computerized school placement, we don't intentionally create your friends the opportunities for certain schools and certain people, or we don't put people in the certain school. We only do that when there's a vacancy in the school where people want to do the self-placement.
Okay. And remember the school bit is a Kumasi Anglican cast. Na mo share and near money mono bia school no capacity and now the school no bet me ni pa won bet me age wo mo e 1,000 but ni pa choose be 2,000 and so ya mo ye den
who say deeper choose your heading
even say school no e bet me facilities e school ho bet me accommodate students be 1,000 but the bia mo share system no na mo choose school no be almost about 3,000 tie no ya mo ye den
and no say the placement is by merit no. Say, you can't just say school. No, every school be an this and day. Every school be declaring the vacancy, or vacancy. Ebia whatever. Ebia, me come say Anglican cast vacancy. Who school? Ebia be your friends 1,000. So they say, and me tell them a competition about 1,000. But the choice it was 5,000. Into the Ebia, or cast Ebia 1,000. No. Me per ABR science 200, me per ABR art 200, me per Greek 200, me per home economics 200. We do the placement by program. It's about you pay too soon. Or your friend is let's say cast no program by arranging in order of merit. Just as ABR 8 ones with ABR 8 ones with let's say ABR score of let's say 530. So that's it. A bear ranging from the highest to the lowest. If your car say be up art 100 no, and 200 no, you do one cut. So that's it.
Okay.
It's not the Omaka saving no, or the Omaka second choice.
Okay.
So that is how it is.
But of course, you also may be saying, I'm no real common. Yes, more protocol. Mo de select certain people, and more call certain categories of school. But I know, Cressa.
And protocol, no, and 10%. By what I mean, I can call, but a 10% protocol. I know 5%, no, a call for school, and a 5%. And so, ever for the general public. So 90% is done for automatic placement.
And 5% no general public no one mo sana ya koma omo.
And no it's not exclusively reserved for certain people, but no ABI better performance. There are a lot of things that we will look up to before maybe we can put. And 5% sometimes it is not all that big because, for example, if you look at ABI Wesley Girls High School, on vacancy declaration in ABI 720. 55% of less than 720. So you are having about only 20 people as protocol. As general public. And now there are 20 people also for, let's say, for the school. For school, no, you will be a friend headmaster's platform. The almost days go for the school didn't go for the bar. Now, if you are school almost teachers and ma, if you are old students and ma, if you are for assassin, if you are almost protocols. So they put it on the headmaster's platform, and we will just accept it.
But I said the great na na say ohene biba headmaster ba na on qualifier. Is it necessary man protocols on school? And I know they do what moya won ready.
I know the system be over the data.
Okay.
So I mean sure protocol is system over the data. So for example, obi say John Secondary School for India. I am here for any the mouth. Land from the mouth. I come no negotiation. Say your my your every year no. If you are for the pattern, I thought you are aware of this. Hello?
But if you
are a handful, if you every year, you are woman 10. That system, we cannot change the income.
Okay.
Because it has been there forever. Prem collected is there. If you go to your friends, Opokuwari, it is there. So it is something that it is there. It's not that this time we are near the bye. Even by this year, we have even enhanced it. Because this year we are only admitting for only 10%. 5% for the school and 5% for the general public.
Mr.
Max Asu Mensa, a national coordinator, CSSPS, computerized school selection and placement system penimpa. And me any for for the education. I bought no